Hi, I'm Tom Varner, and welcome to Adventures in TV Land. Today's adventure brings us to the Lewis and Clark State Historic Site in Hartford, Illinois. Now, Lewis and Clark, when they set out on their cross-country journey west before this nation was a nation, they started at Camp Dubois, which was actually near this state historical site here in Hartford. They still have their 250th St. Louis birthday cake here. In 2014, when St. Louis turned 250 years old, there were 250 of these cakes spread out around different sites around the greater St. Louis area. One was here, and it's still here. It's pretty cool. There's a time capsule under there. To be opened May 14th, 2054. St. Clark statue, Spirit of Discovery. That's a really cool map. Shows you the different Native American tribes west of the Mississippi. Different furs, textures. Soft, smooth, soft, smooth. Clark. Lewis. Probably the highlight of the display is this replica keelboat. It's pretty cool. And on this side of the keelboat, you can see what it looks like inside. Look at the size of that sail. Behind me is a replica of Fort River Dubois. They've got these cabins locked up right now because they were made naturally, and so they've decayed over time and are no longer safe to walk in. There's been some repair work, but with state budget cuts and whatnot, it'll probably be a long time before they're ever completely repaired. It's kind of cool because, for those of you who don't know, holes like these were made so they could shoot out of and this little cabin was the laundress's cabin. Lewis and Clark, Voyage of Discovery, in remembrance of those preserving and retelling the story, and in celebration of those who helped make it possible. Together we proceed on. It's another placard about half a mile down the trail from the Visitor Center, Interpretive Center. It's right here along the river, the confluence of the Mississippi and Missouri rivers. And there it is again, the confluence of the Mississippi and Missouri rivers. They come together here into one, the Mississippi. Here at the site, there's this rock, this placard on it, and it says Lewis and Clark Expedition. Near here at Camp Dubois, the Lewis and Clark detachment spent the winter of 1803 to 1804. They left on May 14th, 1804, and ascended the Missouri River to its source, crossed the Great Divide, reaching the Pacific on November 7th, 1805. They returned to Illinois on September 23rd, 1806, having concluded one of the most dramatic and significant episodes in our history. Alright, that stone marker, there used to be a structure that surrounded it and kind of went over the top, and it was destroyed, however, during the floods. They weren't for sure when the people I spoke to weren't for sure which flood it was, but it was probably the flood of 1993 when that structure was destroyed. The rock still remains, and like they said, that rock's probably never going anywhere, but the structure was destroyed. So now, talking to a couple of people on the visitor center there, the interpretive center, the past several years, the attendance has dropped a little bit here at the site. That's partially due, on a large part actually, because of school groups. There's a lot of school groups, a lot of schools that are cutting their budget, and so they don't take field trips, they don't go anywhere, such as somewhere like here that has a ton of history and hands-on and learning that kids, especially middle school age kids, would probably get a lot out of. So if you're in Hartford, come and check it out. Well, this has been another adventure in TV land at the Lewis and Clark State Historic Site in Hartford, Illinois. It's a free place to come visit, so I highly recommend it if you get a chance. The Lewis and Clark expedition was a major part of American history. There are so many things that are tied to that expedition and the discoveries that were made and what went on and just the expansion of what occurred of the West because of that expedition. So if you're in Hartford, come and check it out. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you didn't like, hit the dislike button. Subscribe to my channel. Ring the bell. And if there's someplace you think that I might be interested in seeing or that you'd like to see, leave a comment or send me a message. Thanks for watching. That's a wrap. The Lewis and Clark National Historic Trail. Possible road trip sometime in the future, maybe?